Good afternoon, everyone. Phil Higgins, along with Sean Reed from the Blight Condemnation meeting. It's now 2:02 on Monday, July 19th. Looking at our agenda, I believe we have, I'll call the meeting to order first. And is there approval for the minutes for June 21st, 2021? Motion to approve. All right, I'll second.
I am not on the board, so I don't know how to do this, but there is a problem with the minutes.
Okay. What do you see, Ann?
Okay. Thank you for recognizing me. In the minutes from the June meeting on the discussion of 447 Chatfield Road, okay. It says a citation notice was sent to the property owner, and I understand since then it was determined that a citation notice was not sent. And then the final sentence of that paragraph in the minutes reads, the fines start May 19th if there's no appeal or contact from the owner, and that would also be incorrect. So I didn't know how to bring that to your attention.
Okay, so we could put, I guess we could just word it as a citation notice would be sent to the property owner. The fine still would start May 19th unless there's an appeal.
I leave that to you. It sounds correct. I don't understand about the May 19th, but that sounds right to me.
Okay, so we'll update 447 Stratfield Road. Citation notice will be sent to the property owner for June. And then it would be the date we voted in May would be the day that the fines would start. If they make an appeal, then that would go through the appeal process. If there's no appeal, it goes from the date they were cited.
Thank you very much for that correction and for the explanation.
All right. Motion was made. We have a amended motion. Do you agree in regards to the amended motion? Agreed. All right. I'll second that. And all in favor? Aye. Okay. Moving along. Any new communications? Andrea, any new?
No new communications.
Okay. Condemnation and old business. We have 292 Berkeley, which I believe we can probably skip down to Blight, along with 92 Grassmere, which I believe we can skip down to Blight as well. So we'll move those to Blight. Condemnation, new business. Any new business?
No.
No? Okay. While we are here, we have three guests. I'll make a motion to go out of order to hear from our guests at the meeting. So I believe our first guest recorded was it Ann?
Ann, yes.
Ann. We'll go with you first, Ann. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you very much. So you've already addressed one issue. I understand that the citation notice has been sent. Is that correct?
Yes. It was mailed out last week.
Okay, thank you. So now my question is Mr. Cleary at the meeting?
No, he is currently absent today.
I see. Okay. I don't live directly next to this property. I'm one house away. The person who lives directly next to the property has been, they both work full-time, so they haven't been able to attend these meetings. But the wife sent me a copy of an email that she sent to Sans Cleary, in which she raises an issue, and I'd like some help in knowing how to address it. We have seen young teenagers walking throughout the property and young children running in the field-like section. We're concerned that someone could get badly hurt, along with the fact that the property is badly neglected and has been this way for several years now. So I understand from prior discussions that blight does not impact, that it doesn't address vegetation. I do understand that. But this seems to go beyond just unruly vegetation. Route 59 is a heavily traveled street. Many families with children walk this street to and from school. Young people are on the street often playing. Now that the pandemic is receding, they're back. And our concern, all the neighbors' concern, is that this property, which is completely exposed to Route 59 Stratfield Road, is an invitation for injury. And I would like advice on how we can address this.
Okay.
Where do we go?
The last time I was on the property, I put up some caution tape. Whether the caution tape is still there or not, I really don't know. One of the issues that we looked at was, in fact, the rear yard, the slope of the yard, the gazebo, as well as the pool. I believe there might have been a lock placed on the pool. As far as children or any citizens or guests, if anyone's on the property, you could certainly call, the police department for possible trespassing. I don't believe, again, that, people walking on the property really fits underneath the definition of blight. If you see it, your neighbor sees it, I'd recommend them call local law enforcement.
I understand that the blight doesn't address vegetation. There is no tape. There's nothing at all marking the property off.
Okay.
The street.
I will take another ride up and put some caution tape across the front of the yard.
Okay, thank you, because that hasn't been for quite a while. And I understand that, we can call the police about trespassing, but removing the children from the area, I just wonder if that really addresses the owner's responsibility to keep the area safe and protected. And the town shouldn't have to constantly go up and put up caution tape.
Well,
so I'm asking for help, for you to direct me where we can go to address this.
We'll have to look at it. We'll have to look into it and get back to you, Ann.
I can just let you know that Sam did leave a message with the owner about addressing the property and that it has to be mowed and things like that, but he's waiting for a call back. So that's where it lies regarding that, but this doesn't really fall under blight.
No.
All right. I do very much appreciate, and I know Sans has been addressing this as much as he can. So you have no suggestion really as to what other town department or agency or official might be helpful with this?
In regards to children or others walking on the property, no.
In regards to the property being maintained in such a way that it is open to children and others walking on it?
No, it's private property right now. That would be like any other property, for instance, a property on the post road that's just overgrown.
All right. Well, thank you. I hope Mr. Cleary gets a response to his inquiry, and I appreciate you spending time on this.
All right, Ann. Thank you very much. Number 2, I believe, was Paul?
Yes, Paul Dudix.
230 Hoydens.
230 Hoydens Lane, yes. I sent in some documents with regard to a public notice for the demo for a Fairfield Citizen, the Hearst papers, and I forgot what exact date of publication that notice will be, but I think it was sometime last week. Let's see. Josh McLevy was out and spray painted some white paint for Call Before You Dig people. He also spray painted some stuff in the backyard because we're unsure of where the septic tank is, which led me to give a call to John Oldman, the town sanitarian, and talk about when the septic tank has to be crushed. And I said it couldn't be done before the permit was issued because we don't know exactly where it is. And if it's underneath the porch that was added on after the house was built, it may have concrete over the top of it from the porch extension that was put on. So we don't know. He said, well, when you find it, just take a picture of it. We'll be out sometime anyway during the process. And I brought up the idea that I'd like to know if the tank would be suitable for repurposing for drainage of water because the basement always flooded. So he said that's something for engineering, and it's not it's something that can't be addressed right now until the tank is uncovered and we see how bad the rebar is and how the tank is faring. So let's see, where am I here in my notes? That's it. Oh, and Josh McLeavy is going around collecting signatures already on the demo permit itself.
Okay. Any movement or any words in regards to the asbestos?
Yeah, I had a conversation just before the asbestos contractor left. He was going to take some time off the latter part of last month and the beginning of this month, and he had a job scheduled after that, I believe. And I'm waiting for him to give me a call back when he's ready to come in, or we can set up a time. So, I mean, that's almost imminent, but he had to have some time off. So I am progressing with the demo permit because I understand there's a lot of mandated timelines. 10-day wait for this, wait for that, so when and so on. So I just wanted to get done as much as I could. So as soon as they're done, we could just continue on with the demo itself.
Demo permit? Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't know if the waiting period has been completed yet, but as soon as that has happened, all the documents been provided, and you attain all these signatures, then the demo permit would be issued immediately.
Right. Yeah, I think he got it. He was said zoning and conservation. He's got those signatures.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Paul, anything else?
No, that's it. I'd like to get it wrapped up as quick as possible, but I stopped putting deadlines in my brain because one thing or another happens. Either you get a week of rain and all the contractors are behind, or there's statutory deadlines where you can't do anything until a certain time passes. So I don't know. I just want to wrap it up real quick.
Understood, sir. Forward progress, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Paul. We'll keep you on.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Miller, how are you, sir? Mr. Miller?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm fine. How are you?
Very well, sir. What can we do for you today?
I'm just looking to see on the status of number 10 on the agenda at 20 Morehouse Highway.
All right. Number 20 Morehouse Highway was determined to be and is currently being fined.
Okay. That's cool.
Well, okay.
Well, no, it's not cool.
Anything else, sir?
He should be doing something to that house, but I don't think he's doing anything.
That's why he's currently being fined, sir. All right.
No, he's being fined, not me.
If I said you, I apologize. I meant him. Or
okay.
the resident of number 20 Morehouse. All right. Thank you. All right. Back to the regular scheduled agenda. 292 Berkeley Road, I believe, is currently pending building and zoning updates. I believe it's currently at zoning right now. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. So as far as blight, I don't believe we have anything really to say or move on right now pending the zoning updates. 373 Cross Highway, we've had, let's see here, we had a hearing, we've had meetings, and rather than moving forward with the blight, I believe it's more of a zoning issue than it was blight. So if I can, I'd like to make a motion today that we actually remove 373 Cross Highway for blight purposes and let zoning kind of continue with this matter.
I second that motion.
All right. All in favor, obviously?
Aye.
Aye. All right. 92 Grassmere Avenue. Drove by, again, looked at it. I've seen no changes. Actually, I've seen just more landscaping, more grass, more weeds around the property. I would continue to fine, which is currently being fined, so I don't think we have to act on that. There's no one here from 92 Grassmere, correct? Okay. Continuing on. 383 Hunyadi Ave. I see that the agenda has, you're waiting for an update from me. I have yet to have the opportunity to go by there, but the only issue that I recall, and this was going back some time, was that there was one vehicle and one vehicle alone that was not registered. So I'd like to keep this on, just on the agenda again, until I do have time to go and actually confirm that all vehicles are registered. Any objection?
No.
No? Okay, so we'll keep that on. 114 James Street. Now, last meeting, I believe, if I look, 114 James. The property had action taken and work has stalled. A request from the owners to provide an update at the next meeting as to why progress is stalled. The backyard is a mess and a concern about the steps in the back. A citation vote will be made today. Has there been any correspondence from the ownership from 114 James? No. Okay. So I inspected this property, and I confirm with last month's meeting the steps on the side of the building, as what we call the left side or the Bravo side, are falling apart. There's been no real movement on that. The back of the house is full of debris. The garage is, partially damaged as well towards the lower part of the doors. And if we're supposed to move on this, then I will make the motion that today we apply the fines. Or I'm sorry, we actually make the citation, correct? Yeah. That make the citation for the property at 114 James. Now, this is not the citation starts today, or it would be a move
today,
starts today?
Unless they appeal.
Correct. So I'll make the motion we start the fines effective today at 114 James.
I second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The 70 Jennings, according to the last month, according to the agenda, one car to be registered. And have we had anything in regards to this? All right. There's one car currently, according to last month, that's on the property that's not registered and inoperable under a tarp. Owner was contacted. I did not get in touch with the homeowner or anyone there, and because of that, I don't know if the car is registered or unregistered at this time. So, similar to Hunyadi, I think my recommendation would only be to leave the property on, pending confirmation of the one vehicle. Sean, anything in regards?
No, I think it should. I haven't heard anything else from that property, but I think it should stay on the agenda.
Okay.
So we can get more information.
Carry that forward for one more. 53 Marion Road. Marion Road, that's been on the schedule and agenda for a long time, and a long time coming due to various reasons in regards to ownership and tracking down ownership, etc. My understanding is that there is a new owner of the property.
I think we have to start the process over, so we'll send them a hearing notice for September.
Yeah, I think it's only fair with a new property owner. You're coming into this with, a property that's been deemed blight or on our agenda for so long that, it would be fair, and I believe the right thing to do is to start brand new in regards to welcome to town as a new owner. So
Above that, I'm sorry, we missed Lally Boulevard, 159 Lally Boulevard. I don't know if I have a different agenda or...
I don't have that.
yeah, I don't have
Okay.
that either.
All right, so we can table that at the end.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll keep Marion on just for discussions and meetings and getting in touch with the new owner.
Okay.
Okay. 65 Myro, we received a complaint in regards to that. We more or less are waiting, I believe, still on zoning to go out and make a determination on the property and kind of find out exactly what's going on there and what kind of use they're using that property for. So we haven't heard anything from the owner. We haven't heard anything from zoning as far as I know. I don't know if we should take it off or carry it one more month pending.
I'd carry it one more month.
Carry it one more?
I think.
Okay. I agree, and kind of wait to see what zoning has in regards to the use, et cetera. We'll carry it over one more. We already talked about Morehouse. The next one is number 11, 205 Nonapogue Road, where it had hearing to be scheduled. Now, the owner's in contact with the building department, stopped the work order. Sean, you mentioned, I think, that there's
a pending building, it's not pending, a building permit has been issued.
Okay.
For work at the property.
And I inspected this today. I drove by. I talked to one of the workers there. There's actually work being performed at the residence on the property. So with that, forward progress with the work being done on the property. I mean, it looks like it started for, it's a new start to that property, a new start to the building. Would you recommend that we keep it on, or would you recommend that we keep it off and now turn to, our inspection process? Or, it doesn't matter to me whether we keep it on or not.
I would think we take it off.
Take it off.
He's actively working on making the repairs.
Active work.
As long as he follows through with the work and inspections and
permits and
keeps going with the project.
Okay. Motion for?
I make a motion to take it off.
Okay, I'll second that. All right, so we'll remove 205 Nonapogue.
Okay.
Number 12, 599 Old Dam Road. I drove by there today, and I did not see anything that I believe fit the definition of blight. Looking back here, there's dumping on the property, and the owner will be contacted to remove the wood. There's no active signage of animals. The fencing issue is referred to zoning and would be a civil issue between neighbors. So if it's a civil issue between neighbors, last month says it'll be kept on the agenda to monitor the property. I didn't see anything. I didn't see dumping. I didn't. But even if there's dumping, I don't know if it fits the. Where was the dumping? I really don't know. I would make the motion that we remove 599 Old Dam Road, and I'll make the motion we remove.
I'll second.
All right. Discussion on this matter is that if 59 Old Dam Road, again, believes that there's a issue with blight, I think they could always make another formal complaint.
Agreed.
And at that point, we can, again, continue to look at this matter. Mm-hmm. Motion to remove? Aye.
Aye.
Number 13, number 233 Old Oaks Road. I have not received anything. Have you or Sands received anything, though? It's currently being fined. Is that correct? I know we had Old Oaks Road. The property is currently being fined, and I don't think we need to take any matters into that. It's currently being fined. Old Stratfield, 741 Old Stratfield Road, hearing to be scheduled. So with the hearing to be scheduled, the property had 6 vehicles. I drove by there yesterday, and there did not appear to be a decrease in numbers.
Okay.
I can state that.
Okay.
There was vehicles on the street in front of the house.
But all the vehicles, I believe Sam said that they're registered.
Okay.
So that's why it was questionable whether we could have a hearing. I think that's why I didn't send it out.
Okay.
Because it was just the vehicles.
Registered.
That was the whole complaint.
And
Right.
Okay. Copies of the registrations will be provided. There will be a hearing scheduled for next month, which is this month. They're not here.
And we didn't send notification.
Okay. All right.
So, because we were,
Okay.
I know Sam spoke to the owner and the vehicles were registered.
Okay.
So I don't know if it still qualifies.
Okay.
So I could put it as a hearing for September if we feel it qualifies. That's the question.
Why don't we, you know what, it would only be fair, in my opinion, because we've kept Hunyadi, because we've kept Jennings because of the vehicles. If we can keep them on for the next meeting,
Okay.
just so that they can prove, or we can prove that the cars are,
They're all registered.
they're all registered.
Agreed.
Okay.
Okay. 1180 Oldfield Road, an update. I have not seen or heard from the homeowner in regards to an update. I can tell you that I looked at it. I stopped there, pulled into the driveway, and I think this is one of the properties that we've done in the past in regards to assisting with landscaping.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, because we've assisted before, I think if there was landscaping performed on the property, it'd probably be no issue. But I think that should be, the responsibility of the homeowner. But again, landscaping doesn't really fall underneath the definition of blight either. So walking around the property, the only thing is the garage. There's some abandoned machinery in the yard, and there's like an old shed that I did not want to go to because the weeds and grass were so high. So can we send the owner of the property just another kind of note saying, we'll be back again to look at the property if possible, if he can get the weeds and everything kind of under control. If not, there's going to be a time where we can't see the property. We can't see the residents. I walked back there today fearful of, animals. I didn't see anything. But there's going to be a time where, I know that previous members of Blight did not want to walk on property because there was so much vegetation. So, leave it on for now. Sean, leave it on?
Let's leave it on.
Hopefully we can get that, again, forward movement. All right. 1672 Roseville. It mentions permits filed with the building, and I will refer to you, sir.
So the permit application we received last Thursday. It's currently under review. It has not been issued yet, but I think it will be shortly. It has all the other approvals, but the property should still be cleaned up. It should not be pending the building permit application.
Okay. I know I believe there might have been debris in the backyard, dumpster, et cetera.
I drove by today and saw all that was still there.
All right.
So they did have a citation notice sent, and there was no appeal, so I guess they go to fine.
Okay.
I don't know.
You know what? Well, how soon are the building permits? There
should be a matter of a couple of days.
Days?
Yeah. This week it should be issued.
This week.
As long as all the documentation that's submitted was acceptable.
Okay.
I can double check after I asked the call.
I'm tempted to request that this just stays on for a month, but then at the same time, this has been on for a while, and this is kind of one of those ones where it's like, well.
Is it hold fines until until the permits expire? I don't know how it works.
Can we give them a time frame?
You want to give them a time frame? You have contact info, right? So
give them 2 weeks.
Yeah. All right. Does it need a motion? Can we make a motion to?
I guess the motion would be to hold off citation. I guess I don't know if we can or. Yeah. Because right now they're cited as of May.
They're cited as of May.
Mm-hmm. So whether they get fined, because there was no appeal.
There's no appeal.
But there was some communication with Sands, so there might have been an appeal. I'm not sure. I know they did some communications regarding the demo permit.
Yeah, and there has been correspondence on this. I do recall seeing correspondence on this. So they're currently being fined.
I would say let's hold the course until we hear from Sands on any communication, and I'll check on the permit application.
And to see what happens in the next two. Okay. Number 17, 79 Stevenson, I should say, currently being fined. So. There's a citation, okay, pending receipt. Okay, so no movement on that. 222 Stilson, we actually had a meeting, and I would make a recommendation that 222 Stilson Road be removed from the agenda. We remove it from blight. As it turns out, there was no formal complaint on this particular property. So make a motion to remove 222 Stilson.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And 280 Tuckahoe Lane. This, let's see here. Yeah, this is currently being fined. I don't think there's much of a change in status here either. Went back there today. There's still a bunch of debris in the rear yard. There's a trailer in the rear yard. This trailer is, and a previous property, there was a bunch of trailers there. They made an attempt to clean up that property only by moving some trailers to this particular property. So I would continue where we are with no additional movement. Anything else in regards to old business? Okay.
No.
Number 7, blight ordinance, new business. 102 Pepperidge Circle. Drove by there today. And I think if you want to look at the pictures, I took some photos. I'll send them to you for files. The property really, there's small amount of debris in the yard. I spoke with the occupant. I explained to her who I was, in regards to blight. They mentioned that, the small amount of material in the yard, that's one of the things that they're going to be getting to. So I think there will be some cleaning of the small amount of debris in the yard. I did not go into the rear yard. They had I know they had a swimming pool, so they had a fence around the yard, which was locked. I didn't ask to go into the rear yard, only because of what I saw in the front yard. There was too small, there was a couple small piles of toys and, a children's, a bench, such items as that. So I really don't think it meets the definition of blight, as it really wasn't too excessive. And with the commitment and the word that, they're going to be getting around to cleaning this up. I mean, I'll pass this around. Here's one. If you just take a look at a couple others, there was like 2 areas in the yard. Maybe we could keep it on and just see if those small piles get moved by next month, and then make a decision next month whether it fits the definition.
Let's keep it on 1 more month.
I'd be good with that, absolutely. All right, so 102 Pepperidge, we'll keep it on. And 146 Wheeler Park, another property. I looked at the property itself. Does not, in my opinion, meet the definition of blight. The only thing that did was that there was an old car that was parked in the front that had plates, but it's not registered this time. So I was unable to be in touch with anyone. I was unable to contact anyone. No one was at the door. So I would again recommend that this complaint be also carried over 1 additional month, just so we can make contact with the homeowner.
Agreed.
Find out what the plan is with the one vehicle that's not currently registered. So we'll carry that over. 1 more.
Agreed.
Okay. Any other new business for blight?
No?
No? Okay, hearing none. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
A second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much. The time is now 2:38, which concludes today's blight condemnation meeting.